action-packed round 2 has come to a close here at the Grove in Tennessee, and what a day. Terrell Hatton finished the day on top of the individual leaderboard, dominating towards the end of the day with a 13-under finish, and Legion 13 closed out day 2 as the team leaderboard top scorers. We're here to cover it all. Welcome to Club 54 Post Round Show. I am your host, Christian Crosby. Welcome to the show. Fans, joining me is the one and only Dom Boulay, and the sun's out and the guns are out, baby. You look good, Dom.
You got the guns, not me. The sun is out, though. It's been out all day, Christian.
We had a sold-out crowd today, Dom. We talked a lot about the crowd yesterday. I think they exceeded our expectations in round 2 and day 2. What did you notice out there, first and foremost, about this crowd here in Nashville?
The atmosphere was absolutely electric, and I was with Bryson, and I just interviewed him, and he said it was the reason he's got the energy he's got, because he is exhausted, is because of this crowd. It was loud out there. It was just terrific vibe, and that party hole, that almost matched Adelaide. When I was out there, it was incredible. Great moment when Bryson was on the tee. Greg Norman was standing there attending the flag, and it was a terrific moment.
Unbelievable. The sun is also out pretty hot today, and I know it's a little hotter today than it was yesterday. Did that have any effect on your day? Did it have any effect on the guys you watched?
It's a little bit hotter, but there is a breeze out there, and that's a nice cooling breeze, and every now and then the sun gets behind the clouds and it actually cools off, and it's quite pleasant out there when that happens. But it's something that players have to be wary of, because they got to keep the liquids in. Otherwise, you could get in trouble out there.
Well, let's take a look at the individual leaderboard. Dom, give us some of your thoughts as we pull this leaderboard up for the fans. When you look at this leaderboard, interesting names here. John Catlin still doing his thing, had a wonderful day, finishing 10 under, just 3 back from Terrell Hatton, who clearly, towards the end of the day, seemed like he just caught fire.
Yeah, well, he started to look like he birdied 6 or 7 of the last 8 holes from what I was hearing on the broadcast. But look, he's a world-class player. He got up to 5th in the world at one stage in his career. He's still 22nd, and he hardly plays any tournaments that count. Terrell Hatton's a world-class player. John Catlin, we said to him yesterday, and I've been saying all along, this guy knows once he starts a tournament well, he seems to always continue to play well, and he's a closer. And John Rahm's due a tournament, right? He's going to win one eventually, and it could be tomorrow.
Also saw a name up there we haven't talked about a lot, but HV3 had an incredible day today.
Yeah, he did.
Looking to really make a statement this weekend.
Yeah, he needs to. He's not had a good season, has he? And I was watching him on the range and talking to his caddy, Chris Rice, and he was swinging it as well as I've seen him swing it in a while. And his start line today on the driving range was exactly where he was aiming the ball. So I'm not surprised that HV3 got it done today.
Well, let's take a look at what the teams did today. Let's pull up the team leaderboard. Legion 13 at the top of that bad boy. Dom, when you look at this team leaderboard, this is something we said we expected. We talked about the Crushers. We talked about Legion 13, but the Majestics, I see there, 3rd place, finishing 19 under after day 2. Dom, talk about that.
It's been, what, since Boston? I think it was our 3rd or 4th event in 2022 since they've podiumed, and it's due. Look, they've got 3 world-class players. Okay, they're getting a little bit up in year, but in their years. But Sam Horsfield is, you know, he's a stud. He won on the European Tour early in his career. He had an injury, had a bad hip injury, and took him out, 3 or 4 months last year. But it seems like he's fully healthy again, and he's a terrific golfer.
Now, I know you followed Bryson DeChambeau around all day today. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But since we're on the topic of Legion 13, let's pull up some highlights, Dom. Just from your expertise, tell us, how good are these guys, Legion 13, with a killer day?
They're the best in the world.
Here's Kieran.
He is a good player, this guy. Just won a tournament in South Africa just about a month ago. He's a bomber. He's only been a pro 2 years. June of 2022, he turned pro. Terrell Hatton, I could hear he wasn't really making any putts early in his round, but then late in his round, he started making some, and he's one of the best putters in the game. 3rd in our league, behind Cam.
There we go there.
John Rahm, he's going to get it going. Obviously, there's no foot injury anymore. He's not feeling anything. This is the 18th hole, one of the probably the easiest hole on the golf course today. Everybody could reach, but there is danger there on the left side. A couple of guys hit it in the water.
Very good.
But where did that end up?
Look at that.
Looked pretty good.
Now, we're talking about a team that has won twice this year already. Mayakoba, Miami. But I think sometimes people are forgetting this is one of the most brand new teams in Live League. But they're playing like they've been here a long time.
They were formed in Mayakoba. I mean, Caleb Surratt only joined the team, I think, on the Tuesday of Mayakoba, right straight out of college, and they won their first event. But world-class players, certainly in Hatton and Rahm, proving it on the leaderboard today. But Kira Vincent shot 5 under, Caleb Surratt shot 3 under today. They're ready. Caleb Surratt's not quite the finished article yet, but it's just a matter of time.
As a legend you are, Dom, yes, I'm glazing you a little bit, but as a legend you are, Dom, with your expertise, why is this course complementing this team so well specifically?
Because this is a second shot golf course, meaning that, you know, the fairways are quite generous. Most people are going to find the fairways, so you're going to be hitting out the short grass, but it's the greens, the way they've been contoured and shaped. There are little sections here, and they're quite undulating. So if you're not accurate and really precise with your distance control, you're going to end up with in places where you're not going to make birdie putts. So you've got to be really precise and accurate with your irons. Tyrrell Hatton, one of the best iron players in the world. John Rahm, just one of the best players in the world. That's why they're performing well. Talked to Greg Norman out on the course, and I said, I'm surprised scores aren't better than they are. He goes, it's a second shot golf course, Dom.
So I want to ask you about Kieran Vincent. He's fighting for his spot, trying to get in that lock zone, which is important. You know how that feels, right? What is that like? What's going through someone's mind? How do you keep cool? And how do you maintain your game when you finally catch that flame?
There's a lot of pressure on these youngsters who are fighting for their survival. They all have tasted live golf. They all want to stay in this league. And as the season flies by, and it is flying by, this is our 9th event. There's only 5 individual tournaments left. The pressure's going to keep heaping up and piling on and piling on. They just, I don't know, you just got to button down and do what you can and just try on every single shot. Don't just give up whatsoever. Just keep grinding and grinding. It might just take one shot out of the entire season. We've seen that before in other tours. One shot has cost a guy a card.
Wow, it definitely seems like he is in that position right now.
Yeah.
And super focused too.
Yeah, oh yeah, he is.
Now, Dom, you followed a really fun group around. It included a guy that goes by the name of Box Office, Bryson DeChambeau. It almost seemed like the entire crowd that was here was just following your group at one point, which had to be a lot of fun. Dom, tell me about your day today with Bryson.
You know, Bryson's a cool guy. He came up to me on the 9th fairway. He walked up to me, and he gave me a fist bump, and he said, I'm exhausted. And he said, but I've just got 24 hours left. That's all I need to do, muster up enough energy for the next 24 hours. He really wants to win this, just to back up what he did last week.
I heard you talking on the main show about how he's probably run out of gas, and that he's still just performing this good with not much in his tank left.
He's crediting the crowd for giving him the energy. It's almost like they're all propping him up and just passing him down the fairway. But told me he's lost 7 pounds. He's still going to the gym, but he is exhausted. He says he's going to, after this, he's going to stay in bed for 2-3 days and eat a lot.
As he should. You've painted a beautiful picture for us, Dom, but let's pull up some real highlights from Bryson DeChambeau today and talk us through it, Dom. This is Bryson DeChambeau, round 2.
Yeah,
take us through it, Dom.
Surprisingly, he hasn't lost really any speed. You think when he's tired, he's going to lose some speed. Is this the 4th hole? No.
This is the birdie at 8.
That was the birdie at 8. Yeah, that was a nice
and look at the fans.
Second shot he hit into there. And yeah, it was electric all the way through. And then he got on a little run here on the 13th, the par 3, hit a 9-iron. That was a great putt.
Look at that. And the crowd, once again, goes wild. How was it? Just that energy and being around him all day long.
It's fun. It's kind of like being around Cam in Adelaide. You know, the same sort of energy. It just, it's actually just really cool.
I would love to hear you talk about that moment I was watching when he made his way to the party hole. I thought it would be similar to yesterday, but it wasn't. It was even greater of a moment, it seemed.
Yeah.
As soon as he stepped foot at that party hole.
Yeah, it was, and they were waiting for him to come over the bridge and then turn the corner, and then he was announced, and the place erupted.
We've got a couple more highlights here. I think that was the last one.
Yeah, he almost drove the middle of the green on 16. He had 3 looks at eagle today. Putts, good putts. He didn't make one, but he hit some good putts. His game's right there.
Now, a note I want to bring up about Bryson DeChambeau, he's been doing this. He's been on social media. He's been interacting with fans. But it seems like after the U.S. Open, a lot of people are now catching on more than ever. But what's most impressive is that it seems like that energy from the fans is making him a better golfer. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
I think so. How can you not be? You know, I wish I'd played in front of fans that adored me like this. Right. Because I think you want to do it for them, right? Even if you're struggling, you want to keep trying for the fans, because they've paid good money. They're spending a lot of energy out here to follow you. You want to do it for them. And I think that really does help.
What is he supposed to do, though? Like, seriously, and I want you to break it down as we go into Championship Sunday. I know you said he's going to rest after this, but how does he gather it together for this last 24 hours, as he said to you in his interview?
Well, he said he's going to sleep for the next 12 hours, but I think for one more day, he's just got to muster up the energy for one more day. He's got to go through his routine. I don't know what he does. Maybe he's going to have a little massage right now, but he will be on the driving range later today, because that's his routine. And in the morning, do the same thing. He said he's been going to the gym every single day. He has to go to the gym. So do that tomorrow, but just maybe do lighter weights or whatever. Just not the heavy stuff that he usually does, and just go through that same routine. As he said, just one more day and he'll get that well-deserved
12 hours of sleep, one more day.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. All right, and social media is buzzing. Take a look at this post here we have from all of the fans. You gotta love the fans, and we want to encourage you too, if you're watching here. Get engaged. We will throw your tweets, your posts right up on the show, right here at Club 54 Post Round Show. More to come. It's round 2 recap. Not only did Bryson DeChambeau win the U.S. Open last week, but he's also won the hearts of millions of golf and sports fans with his approach to the game and the public.
I've been the same person since day one.
A lot of stories said golf needs Bryson back. The fact is, Bryson hasn't gone anywhere.
The narrative has shifted for sure. People have started to see who I truly am.
He is a transformative player. He also has done something to really kind of transform the professional landscape of the game. He is single-handedly uniting the fans behind professional golf.
I want to give back to the game of golf. I think now people are starting to see who I am and what I'm trying to do for the game.
Well, Bryson was asked about taking the trophy around and letting as many people as possible touch it. And he said, I wanted everybody to experience it. This wasn't just for me. It's time to give back.
It's cool that the crowd is helping me show my true colors and express who I truly am. So I've got to thank them for that.
A natural-born entertainer.
You can see the crowd has gathered around our post-round concert here, which is never a disappoint. Had a sold-out crowd today here in Tennessee. Fans definitely exceeded expectations as they brought the energy and the excitement. A lot of Crushers GC hats in the crowd. I can't lie. People are rooting for that guy named Bryson DeChambeau, but whew, what a day. A lot to talk about. Tyrrell Hatton showed all the way up today. We're going to talk about it a little bit more. It's Club 54 Post-Round Show. And here's a tweet. Live Nashville was legit. What is the deal with people dressing like they're going to play golf when they're simply going to watch people play golf? But on the flip side, this is funny. I saw a couple folks wearing selvage denim, which makes no sense either. It's 95 degrees outside. Yes, it is very hot out here. Joining Don Boulay and I is your favorite live golf analyst, Jerry Faltz. Who's
what's that mean about Don?
Well, I say that about everyone.
You got away with that one.
Yeah.
I love that tweet. It's like, you don't wear ice skates to a hockey game, do you?
Yeah, I'm not.
Exactly.
What is the right thing to wear when you show up in the heat to a
live golf event?
Yeah,
Whatever
right.
you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Jerry?
Oh, it's great.
This was fun, right?
Yeah. It
Oh,
was fun.
you're. I'm not going to tell you you're always right, but you sure did predict the roller coaster leaderboard that we got to see today, and I got to say it was fun. Would love to hear your take, Jerry.
It didn't take a genius, did it, Don? When you got that many great players in the field and they're that tightly bunched.
No, not at all. I mean, this golf course, it's proving to be a little tougher than what the players expected, and when it's tough like that, it does bunch the leaderboard, doesn't it? And it's been great.
And so many birdie opportunities on what on the scorecard is the back nine, and we saw that with Terrell Hatton, who didn't struggle early, couldn't make any putts. You weren't following him, you were following Bryson, and he made a lot of birdies late in the round as well.
Yeah, he did. I mean, you got 14, which is, he had 50 yards in, 16's drivable, 17 even, although it's a long par 4, it's just a wedge, a gap wedge for them coming in, and then you got 18, which Bryson hit 8 iron in. But definitely tomorrow, that back nine's going to be very interesting. It could be quite a roller coaster.
That's a shot of Bryson DeChambeau there signing autographs for the fans.
I don't know how he's doing it.
I don't know how he's doing it either. Another thing I wanted to bring up, I don't know how John Catlin is showing up. All that pressure on him as a substitute. We talked to him yesterday in the post show. He said, I want to be here, and I want my game to show that.
Do you know, to tell you the truth, I'm not one bit surprised that John Catlin is up there. I'm surprised that he's in contention, but after yesterday's round, I'm not surprised at all, because I've seen him for 10, 12 years now. If he starts a tournament well, he just somehow always seems to keep himself up there. And he's a closer. He's not scared tomorrow, Jerry. Well, I know he's got Hatton and Rahm and DeChambeau surrounding him. He is not scared whatsoever.
What was the one he won recently? I was watching in the middle of the night. You were commentating. Was that Macau? Or was that,
I think it was Macau, because he won Saudi the next event, but I wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I had heard the name and read the name before. Never seen the guy in person. Never watched his game. I watched that, and there was some pretty heady competition in that field that week. I couldn't have been more impressed by how disciplined he plays.
Yeah. And how about that 59 he shot on the Saturday there? On that par 5 18th at Macau, he had a 3 iron and he flagged it. It couldn't have been a better shot. He ended up 25 feet and he rode that putt in for the historic first ever 59.
First ever 59.
That's the kind of, game and guts he's got.
And just think, I mean, and you know this as well, Christian, it's a life changer. If he goes on to win this, he's going to move up into the top 24 currently, which is a lock position at the end of the season. Only 1, 2, 3, 4 individual tournaments remaining in LIV, and if he were able to stay there, if he happens to get another start or two, if he were able to stay there, that he's got a spot next year. That is life-changing.
And he wants that spot.
Yeah.
He really wants it.
That would be a whole lot of fun to see. Let's pull up some highlights from John Catlin's day. How about you two take us through it, shall we?
Sure.
Let's do it, boys.
This will be the first
John Catlin round 2. Jerry.
This will be the first Dom has seen of these right here. This is his 3rd shot at 11, the 2nd par 5 as he played it today.
Yeah, he's long, but he hasn't got the power to get home in 2 on 11, but he did it the hard way.
This for birdie at 14. A lot of mid-length putts that he just looked rock solid on. Only misread a couple.
Yeah, that's a quick putt on 14 from behind the pin. And he loves it. He loves the attention too.
This is the birdie at 16, and then he went on to birdie 18. And what the birdie at 18 did, that guaranteed him a spot in what we call the premier grouping, this modified shotgun start. The leaders go off last off number 1. He's in that group with Terrell Hatton and likely Bryson DeChambeau when the pairings come out.
I want to talk about Legion 13 a little bit more. Jerry, would love your opinion on Legion 13 as we head into Championship Sunday. Can we see another team championship from Legion here in Nashville?
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I honestly, and I told you, I think yesterday or earlier this week, I picked Rahm to break the goose egg here this week, and he's still got a great chance, obviously. What I didn't count on was the rest of the team playing as good as they did. Now, Caleb Surratt, he played his college golf for, what, a year or a week? Just down the road at University of Tennessee. He's from the South. He's from the Charlotte area. He's comfortable here. Kieran Vincent, I think, was the wild card and always was going to be, and he got it done today. I mean, just making a ton of birdies, Dom.
We're going to actually check in now with the press conference with Terrell Hatton and Jon Rahm. Let's check in now.
Yeah, so he got off to a little bit of a slow start in terms of scoring through the first 11 holes. It's a little bit scruffy tee to green in places, and yeah, it was nice to hold that putt on 12, and then obviously chipping in on 13's a bonus. Although I wasn't that far away from the hole, it's still so you just kind of want to make 3 and move on. Yeah, and hole in a long putt on 14, so I definitely had momentum on my side and carried that through to the finish. So very happy with how the back nine played out.
And John, Besides my starting hole of the day, where I just got a little unlucky with my lie on the bunker, the next 17 holes was really good golf. I mean, 9 under. Never really was out of position. Really, really happy and comfortable with the way I drove it. I was pretty much, I can't remember if I missed the fairway after that first hole and gave myself a lot of chances, and didn't really do anything wrong after that. Just had plenty of looks and made a couple long putts on 9 and 11. There were bonuses, and took care of the rest. I needed a round like that to get close to the lead. Obviously, Terrell finished fantastic, and still a little bit of work to do tomorrow, but I definitely needed. I knew I could do it, and it was nice to get going quickly on the run to shoot a low score.
So your injury completely healed now. Obviously, you're feeling great out there.
I wouldn't say completely, but this is I played nearly 18 holes pain-free. So, I mean, that's probably why I hit it so much better. Yesterday it bugged me a little bit, and it's just in the back of your head for a second. At least it was yesterday, but not today. Never really questioned, not being able to swing it, and I think that's what made the difference.
Terrell, you're in position tomorrow to take home your very
Great hearing from Legion 13, but joining us for a Majestics takeover, we have Lee Westwood and Sam Horsfield right here on Club 54 Post Round Show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. How did today treat you guys?
It was good. I got off to a pretty good start, made some early birdies, and then just sort of made pars, plodded along throughout the day. It was a good day.
And Lee, 5 under out of you today. What went right?
Well, I just carried on from yesterday. I've not made a bogey in 2 days, so I'm obviously playing solidly. Did some nice work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with Pete Cowan, and really playing a little bit more at the moment. Played a bit more as the season's gone on, and starting to see some positive signs. So. It's been some solid stuff over these first couple of days.
Yeah, Live is unique. It's an individual game, golf is, but you play as a team. Tomorrow, all 4 scores count. Both of you guys are in positions where you could use the points individually, but also the Camp Confidential thing you guys did that down in Orlando, and the fact that it's been a while since we've seen a podium. How much will that be in the team talk and the team chat tonight?
Well, I think that it is in the team talk, but you're right by saying it's tonight, and you get it out of the way, make a plan for tomorrow, and then just try and execute the plan.
What are your thoughts, Sam? I'm sorry,
no.
You had more.
No, it's all right.
No, keep going.
No, yeah, I totally agree. I think we all know what we're capable of doing, and just sort of going out there tomorrow and playing good, solid golf. I think we all played pretty well today, so just sort of keeping the foot on the gas and trying to make as many birdies as we can.
I know this is a tough question to predict, but if things really go your way on this golf course, if you're in control of that ball, what is possible out there for a low score?
I feel like there's a really low score possible out there. If you're driving the ball well, you can take some of these holes on with driver. I'm thinking of holes like 6 and 8, 14, really get it a long way down there and be going in with short irons. So I think if you're in control of your swing and your game, then you, like most golf courses, but even more so with this, there's plenty of birdie and eagle opportunities out there.
Yeah, you concur?
I completely agree. The greens are really pure, so to give yourself a lot of looks is really nice, just sort of make birdies.
Well, Sam, we're going to get to you. Lee, we're going to start with your highlights first. If you don't mind, this is your moment to talk a little bit.
All right.
When we pull his highlights up, take us through it. Take the fans through it.
It's a while since I've had to do this, so I'll give him my best shot.
You got it. This is Lee Westwood, ladies and gentlemen.
This must be
Eagle at 18.
Oh, right, yeah. You hit it down the right-hand side and into the toilets. Got really lucky. Got a free drop. 261, 4-iron, 10 feet.
That's your third at 7, the other par 5.
That was awful because it was up against the collar, so that was a good shot.
That's a great pitch over that little mound right there.
I don't want to play that one again, I can tell you.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that was the start of 3 birdies in a row. I made this 30-footer on 8.
Yeah.
And never out, right in the middle. And then 9, I just don't know how to play 9. I tried to avoid the bunker, but I'm in it again.
I'm in it. I'm in it too. I'm in it.
Had a nice yardage. I think 161 slightly into the wind with an 8-iron and 3 feet and in. So it was a beauty, that one.
You say it's been a while since you had to do this. Sit here and call highlights of yourself in a.
See, my wife even made me rate the bunker there.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, you're a chivalrous man. But do you think at this point in your career, we want to see a lot more Lee Westwood in this position, having to call his own highlights? You got that in you?
Yeah, I think so. It's a balancing act with me. You know, it's
What's that?
To play at the highest level, you've got to put a lot of work in and, you know, practice a lot and play a lot. But when you get to, you know, 51, your body won't allow you to do that. Sometimes, you know, you lose a little bit of the drive. When I go back to England and it's cold, it's tough to get out there. You know, I'm losing ground on everybody. I'm not playing on the same kind of speed of greens. I'm not able to work on my short game as much. But you see my game coming around when I play a run of tournaments. You know, I'm out here and I'm doing some hard work in Houston a couple of weeks ago. I can stay on top of the gym work wherever I go, but it's really fine-tuning my game on tournament championship-style golf courses, which is where I struggle with.
Thank you for that, Lee. Sam, we're going to actually pull something up now on the screen, and I got a question for you, Sam. Where were you in this image here? Where is this? This is Lee Westwood and Henrik Stenson hit the town ahead of Live Golf Nashville.
I'm not in there.
You're definitely not in there.
I'm not in that one.
You're definitely not in this one. Well, talk about this image that's here, Lee. What was that?
That was the opening party on Wednesday evening. We went down into Nashville, which, by the way, is amazing. It was, I mean, I've seen some party towns and some streets where there's some bars along it, but that blew my mind. I can't believe how good Nashville is.
It's a great city.
I'd like to come back here when there's not a golf tournament.
Yeah, yeah, honestly.
Tear it up.
Now, Sam, a good time. You weren't in the picture. Were you invited?
No, I don't even know where that was, what we were doing there. I was not, no.
Like I said, time is winding down on the individual chance to gain points. How important would it be for you to make up some serious ground right now and get in that lock zone, that top 24?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it would be really nice. You know, but I've been working on a few things in my swing the last couple of weeks, and you know, I feel like I've done a very, very good job the last couple of days of just staying focused on those things and just making a good move at it, and then just playing golf. You know, obviously tomorrow it'd be really nice to go out and do sort of similar to what I've done the first 2 days. You know, and we'll see what happens.
Well, Sam, would you mind taking us through your highlights?
Yeah,
yes, let's do it.
Come on, now, this is your moment, Sam. Come on, do not be modest. Tell us what happened today.
Okay, let's see it. Where are we at here?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sam Horsfield, round 2.
Birdie at 4.
Birdie at 4. I hit it just short of the green, chipped it up. Yeah, just outside left. It was a nice one after bogey in the first hole to start today. This was on 12, I believe. Yeah, this was a nice one. Uphill, just outside right. Yeah, that got me on a nice little run there.
Left below right there.
Yeah, went left below right. I thought this was going in for a second. This was 103.
I thought so too.
Yeah, we had 103, and then so that was nice. Obviously, just went up there and knocked that in, and then just parred my way in. You know, so it was a good day. Played really solid. Had a lot of looks, and yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
I know you guys got to get out of here, but for any Majestics fans watching, new or old, final message for them.
Well, hopefully we'll all play well tomorrow. You know, tomorrow is so exciting, the final day of these live events with 4 scores to count. It's so volatile, and anything can happen. People can come from way back, so just hopefully we'll all play well and get the Majestics up there and have a chance to win.
Agreed.
Best of luck to both of you.
Yeah, Ollie, one of your team executives, Ollie Banks, is over there. He's ready to cart you guys off somewhere. Thanks a ton for your time.
Perfect. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much. Surely we'll see you back here at Club 54 post-round show. And here's some social media from Greg Norman himself. Nashville Live Golf League. What an epic scene. I mean, that's to say the least. The fans have showed up here in Nashville, and we love to see it. Will Levis heads into the upcoming NFL season as the undisputed quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. The 24-year-old leading man played in the Pro-Am with Brendan Steele and came with questions.
What's up, everybody? Will Levis, quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, getting my second taste of Live Golf out here. Was in Vegas earlier this year for the Pro-Am out there with Phil. Back with the High Flyers on the home turf at the Grove here outside of Nashville, Tennessee, playing with Brendan Steele.
Yeah, you guys are doing great. You've hit some awesome shots.
Vibes are high.
Kind of right
Vibes are high. Feels good.
Let's go. We got to finish strong.
We were talking about you winning Adelaide, and congrats again. Big win, first win in a little bit. Must have felt awesome. You said the fans were some of the best fans you've ever seen.
I mean, they were really great. I mean, obviously, like, very passionate fans, very loud fans, but the most support that I've ever had, which is really cool. Yeah, awesome. Not being an Australian, you know, having an Australian team there and still having everybody yelling for me coming down the stretch, it was a really cool experience and super fun for me.
I feel like you feed off that stuff, you know? Anytime you get a hostile crowd or any crowd that's just bringing the energy, you just lean into it and use it as fuel. I think it's fun. It's almost more fun playing away than it is home sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think now I'm a high flyer officially. So
honorary high flyer for life, no doubt.
Absolutely love to see it. And you know what else I love to see? A sold-out crowd at Live Golf League. As you can see, the fans have not gone anywhere as we've ended our round 2 because they're at the concert. And why wouldn't they be? Great music always here at Live Golf. Nashville has been an absolute pleasure. I'd say probably the loudest U.S. stop we've had so far.
Why aren't we at the concert?
Why aren't we at the concert, Jerry? Because we're here in Club 54 post-round show. That's why. All right, and joining us in the post-round show, we couldn't do a show without you, Sue-Ann Hang.
No, you could. I could have been in the concert.
No, absolutely not. You're here with us. Welcome to the show. You had yourself a day. How was it for you? Who did you follow today?
I had Terrell, I had Catlin, I had Abe Answer. Really quite an impressive pairing, and what a day Terrell had. I mean, honestly, nothing for like 9 holes. He birdied his first, and then just went on to birdie 6 out of his 7 holes, finishing holes. I mean, that is impressive, especially in this heat.
Oh, absolutely. Should we take a look at his highlights? Sue-Ann, take us through it?
Sure, why not?
All right, let's take a look at Terrell Hatton's highlights. Pretty much led the way the entire day today. Sue-Ann, take us through it.
Yeah, this is the second shot on the second. This is where he birdied his first birdie of the day. Second is a tough hole, Jerry. Originally meant to be a par 5 for the members.
He made it look easy with that second shot right there.
Those guys made it look easy on that hole.
Yeah.
How was his demeanor throughout the day, Sue-Ann?
You know, good. I think after a while when he missed a few putts, I thought, oh boy, he's going to combust. But he stayed really patient. He stayed within himself. I mean, he's Terrell, right? He's going to get frustrated, and that's why we do love him. Because he's so authentic. He talks and thinks the way any golfer would at a membership. So, yeah, that's why we love him.
The difference being, though, he's done with it by the next shot.
Yeah.
No, I mean, most of us are still just ruining our existence in life the entire round when things start going bad. He doesn't.
Yeah, I spoke to his caddy, who's one of his best friends, Hugo, who's in as a replacement caddy for Mick, who's recovering from an injury. But I said, what happens when Terrell gets mad? What do you do as a caddy and as a friend? Because that's got to be tricky, right? And he goes, well, yeah. I said, would you just go up to him and give him a hard time? He goes, nah. He goes, I kind of give him a little space, and then I go up to him and I give him a little pep talk. But that's, Terrell's the kind of guy that once it's out, and he's good. Right. But he needs to get it out in order to then snap back and play really well. And there's different players out here. Some stay really calm. Terrell's not one of them.
Right. Was there anything else that you noticed as you followed him around that either stood out to you or...
Well, I mean, he is so consistent, Jerry.
Yeah.
I mean, his worst finish this year was tied 21st in Hong Kong. Other than that, he hasn't finished outside that. So that just tells the consistency of how good of a player he is.
Well, thank you so much, Sue-Ann. We'll talk more about that, but now let's toss it over to Rachel Drummond. Rachel, what's up?
Right, now I'm going to say it. I'm with one of the hardest working golfers on Live. I see you out here on the range before anyone else. Anthony Kim, thank you for joining us. How do you practice? How do you get ready for events?
I'm a field player, but I am trying to work on some stuff technically. Just being away from the game for so long, I've lost some of my feel. But it's slowly coming back, and what I'm really focused on is trying to stay on top of the ball, like I said. When I first got back, I saw all the guys hitting it so far. I thought the way to increase my speed was to get further behind the ball. But right now, I'm realizing that I have plenty of speed still. I just need to make sure I make solid contact.
And you talk about staying centered. How do you practice that? Is it swings against a wall, looking at your shadow? How do you work on that?
I just hit some more balls.
Yeah, you just keep hitting.
I just keep hitting balls till I feel like I'm starting to hit it solid, and then I video it a couple times.
Let's see you hit one. Let's see you strike one. I mean, you've already played in the Pro-Am today, so. Very nice. And in terms of shot shape, you know, with your irons, what are you feeling most comfortable seeing?
So the ball doesn't curve as much as when I played. I think the technology has made it so it's harder to curve, but I'm trying to hit a left to right shot because that's the most comfortable to me. But you know, every once in a while the right to left just come into play, and that's what I'm trying to get rid of.
And technically, how are you eliminating the right to left?
Again, I'm trying to stay on top of the ball.
Yeah.
When I get too far away from the ball, then it just gives me too much room and too much time to flip my hands. And so the way to eliminate using my hands, I'm just trying to stay on top of it and turn through it.
That's a good tip for everyone at home because it's quite a common thing trying to help the ball into the air.
Definitely. Not only that, but I think everyone wants to hit it farther, right? Whether you're playing and shooting 90 with your friends or whether you're shooting 65, you still want to hit it farther. And I think everyone thinks the leverage comes from turning further back. But there's lots of good ball strikers. I just played with John Rahm 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and his swing is obviously very short. He generates so much power because of the contact and using the ground so well. So for all the amateurs out there, I think it's important to just make sure you make good contact.
Now, I followed your journey from the start, and I love the fact that you play loads of golf with your wife. You're always out there playing. You know, what benefit do you get from playing instead of, you know, maybe standing on the range and grinding it out?
I actually like playing golf more than I like hitting balls. My wife is one of the reasons I'm playing golf right now. Obviously, my daughter is my biggest inspiration, but I wouldn't have been back out on the golf course without her. And so while I'm out there, as corny as it sounds, I try to just be grateful that I get to play this game again, especially at the highest level and for a great organization, and feel really grateful to be out here.
Come on, let's see another one.
All right.
So again, the baby fade. That's not moving. That looks good to me. Now, in terms of coach, you used to work with Schreiber, am I correct?
Adam Schreiber.
Adam Schreiber. My accent isn't very good here.
No, it's good.
How often do you work with him still, or?
I don't. He's like a father figure to me. He's one of the reasons I play professional golf, and one of the reasons I feel like I was able to have the little bit of success I did was because well, he was instrumental in getting me to where I got to. Unfortunately, obviously things got in the way, but he helped me get where I'm at, and the reason that I'm able to come back to golf is because of the fundamentals that he taught me.
Now, let's quickly touch on fundamentals because they are key in golf.
Yeah.
My dad used to teach me grip, aim, stance, posture. You know, what did you get from Anthony in terms of fundamentals that you still use today?
Well, obviously, the setup is the most important. I think if you get in an athletic position, most people can hit the ball well. But if you're not balanced, then you're already off to a bad start, and it makes it so you have to put Band-Aids on your golf swing. So for me, I try to always be pretty close to shoulder width apart with my feet, and my shoulders and my feet are lined going parallel the same direction. What I've been working on lately is my feet have been left, and my shoulders have been left and my feet have been right, so they're crisscross, and it's making my ball either go pull to the left or hit a big slice. So I'm trying to straighten that out even today. I feel like I'm pretty much there.
How's he doing, Ryan?
I pay him extra to say that.
To say that, yes.
Yeah.
Now, Anthony, I'm so excited to see what you do the remainder of the season. You are transcending golf, so thank you.
That. Thank you.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Big thanks to you, Rachel Drummond. An action-packed round 2 has finally come to an absolute end. And to all our fans watching, thank you and goodbye. I will see you in the pre-round show tomorrow. Peace.